can is very far away from the house.
Awesome. All right. So, what is going on with this? There we go. All right. So, I remember when we last played like 3 weeks ago. So we are
We just
in.
killed the spider lady. Or the spider dude.
Yeah,
The
the
prince dude.
King Bartok's son, the prince. You're in Tiamat's cavern right now, his underground cavern, still in the Shadowlands. I'll read this here. So after the battle is done with Tiamat, hold on, first of all, so for Shest, what we'll do with him today, since I was planning on doing this anyways, so there's gonna be a huge, what was it called, a turtle that I saw in a dream come down and take his hand, and he'll disappear away with him. So that's what's gonna happen to him. Okay, so back to this. After the battle is done, Tiamat consumes the spirit of King Balgar and King Bardicus's son, the prince. He burps a little. He then throws on a pair of glasses on each of its heads, and it pulls out a gold pulls out a golden 6 foot contract, like pure gold. You can probably estimate the worth is around 1,000 gold pieces. He takes out a magical gold pen and he starts writing on it and says, well, that was delicious. Now for the contract. He starts reading the contract and he says, for providing help from the dragons, the 24 gods realms of the realm of the 24 gods must send 50% of all gold to their local dragons for payment after the fight. After all I really crave is gold and souls. He signs the document and lets you know not to sign the document until you are ready to use the dragons. He says you get one chance, whether you use them successfully or unsuccessfully.
45%.
Let's see. Whether you use them successfully or unsuccessfully means no difference to me. He rolls up the golden contract and hands it to one of you as with the golden pen, which is about worth 10 gold pieces. What would you all like to do at this point?
Right when, like, before they rolled up the contract, I just shout 45%.
Okay. I would do a, what is it called? Persuasion check.
Persuasion?
There we go. Yeah, persuasion.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
Sure.
And then guidance adds 1d4. For a total of 18.
All right. So, it kind of strokes each of its 5 heads with its claws. 45%. We'll take it.
Okay.
And so, what would you all like to do on this? What's that?
Dragons take 45% of the gold. Of how, like, what kind of gold?
Basically, like the yearly earnings of all the creatures of the realm.
45% of everything.
Except for you guys. You guys get to keep whatever you guys make. It'll just kind of be like an imaginary number that they'll get later on, kind of. Yeah.
Percent. Oh. Where's the percent? 25% of all yearly earnings. Party income. Okay. Axel is the one who takes the gold contract and the gold pen.
Okay.
And then all I have to do is sign, and this contract is enacted. And only sign it when it is.
When you're in
relevant.
need of the dragons, like the immediate need for the dragons.
Okay. Let me just add gold dragon summoning scroll.
Yeah, and basically it's a contract for 30 of its most, dangerous dragons. And the Tiamat basically thanks you for the delicious souls that you have fed to him. Of the two loyalties, King Bartok's son and King Bulgar. What would you all like to do?
Well, we have the contract. Is there a reason for us to stay here, or should we start trying to head back to our realm? What's the way back to our realm? Do we have to go through the same portal?
Yeah, you'd have to go through the same portal, but you do have a book on you. Well, Mirab has a book where it kind of explains what to get to make a portal if you want to make your own portal, not go the whole way.
Fair enough. Mirab, I think about time we open that book of yours and start reading it.
Hold on. One more thing.
I read plenty of books. Which book?
The book that was given to you.
Which
Not
one?
some portal wacky thing,
Portal. Mirab goes through his sack and keeps looking
While
through.
you're doing that, I just asked Tiamat one more thing.
Yeah.
Dragon fraud of death and what is it your domain is again?
The domain is basically the underworld. She's the undead goddess of the dragons.
Undead goddess of the dragons. Would you think her domain falls under grave cleric duties, or would I have to transfer it to death cleric?
Are you trying to serve Tiamat?
Possibly.
I mean, one of those heads is gonna, yeah.
My grave abilities.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility. How would we want to do a check for this?
I would say, does she want you if you're not a dragon? That's the real question.
Can you afford to be picky?
She definitely can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tiamat can be very picky. Considering they usually have a whole cult.
She asks, what royalty do you come from?
Well, what?
What royalty line do you come from?
I come from a long line of Knoll clerics that date back from times long past.
You do a persuasion check to persuade again. At advantage this time.
As I'm saying, it's like I've remembered my previous deity is Lolth, and I foresee us being at odds in the future. So I would like to plan ahead a little.
Okay.
With an 8 to 9.
So
That's a 13.
the dragon comes and sniffs you. Like all 5 heads start sniffing you. And they're like, this one's rotten. We don't need him serving us.
Oh please, I've only died a couple times.
They kind of snicker and they say, Wolf's smell is all over you.
One so wiggled and gone.
All right, and then, so are you going to be looking in this journal at this point? Or, sorry, the book of the portals? All right. So there's actually a spell in there where there are components in the spirit realm that you could gather to make a realm. First, you would need to find there's 3 components in there. The first one is going to be a ruby, but inside this ruby there must be a trapped soul. Secondly, you need sand from one of these sand dunes from in the spirit realm. So basically, just getting any sand from one of these sand dunes. And then the third step, the third thing is to get a book by the name of. Let me see what it is. The Book of Necrotic Plane Traveling.
Well, that doesn't sound like a good book to have.
Unless you're trying to travel plane.
So, it lists those 3 things in there, but doesn't really list how to get them.